Okay, Tierra Tatum, how do you feel about gun violence in schools?
I think mass shootings are horrific. Tragedies, actually. They ruin families, lives, and generations. But I think that this disease can be killed. I think sometimes we aid in these tragedies by not listening to the children and not paying attention to the signs and behaviors of them. Besides that, we never took matters for prevention. There are no restrictions against bullying, excluding and ignoring children. We need stronger communities and greater methods of preventing things like this from happening.
Okay, thank you. So, Dejanay, what are some ways that we can alleviate gun violence in schools?
A way to alleviate gun violence in schools is just to pass the gun control, bill, law, whatever it is. Just pass it, because they know that there is no way, and there shouldn't be a way, that a 16, 17-year-old and even 15-year-old is able to get access to semi-automatic guns, any kind of handgun, if anything, and shoot up schools, whether it be elementary schools, secondary schools, college schools. I don't know, universities. That's what I meant. But that shouldn't be able to happen. And I feel like there's way too much evidence as to why this should be, passed. But that is my take on it. Period.
All right, thank you. What are your views on gun violence or gun control?
There needs to be more gun control, but the old white men that are running this country don't believe that, because they don't care about our future and our kids' safety.
Okay, thank you. What are your views on gun violence in schools?
My views are we shouldn't give teachers guns. We should up our security, like having the walk-through security things, like metal detectors, that. And we should have more bodies, security guards on campuses, so they can pat visitors down and things like that, instead of giving educators a gun to fight off a gunman. It kind of doesn't make sense.
Right, thank you. What are your views on gun violence in schools?
Shouldn't happen. That's my view. Nobody should have a gun, really. I think that, especially in the place of education, there should not be any type of weapons, whether it be a gun, knife, but especially, guns. Students having guns, teachers having guns, I don't agree with that at all.
Okay, what are your views on gun violence in schools?
I think that gun violence in schools would be more avoidable if we had a more open dialogue about mental health in teenagers and young people in general. I think that gun violence roots from a deep root of bullying and a lot of social issues that happen that don't get discussed until somebody's on campus with a gun and everybody's like, oh, he was bullied. So I think that gun violence would not be so severe if we had more of a conversation about why it's happening.
Okay, thank you, Laura.